My name is Andrew, and this is Rogue Wrenching. Today we're talking about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is UTI. And if you're wondering why it is near and dear to my heart, it is because, well, I live close. It's not actually because I went there. I did not attend UTI. But we're going to talk about UTI today because I think it's an important discussion, because there are a lot of people that are considering getting into the field of auto or diesel repair and look at UTI and see a fast track to success. Now, I am not at all here to dispute that there are people that go to UTI and are very successful. What I'm here to discuss is let's look at the numbers. What does it cost to go to UTI? How much does that really affect the amount of money that you can make as an automotive technician, with minimal experience? And for the sake of today's video, we're going to be discussing, minimum experience. So, you worked at McDonald's before this, or whatever it is. You've been around a wrench long enough to know that there's a difference between, a Phillips head screwdriver and a flat blade screwdriver, and that's about it. So that's kind of the entry level that we're going to be looking at and discussing today. But the question is UTI worth it? And I think to answer that question, it's hard, because I don't know that there's necessarily a cut and dry answer of yes or no. But I think the important thing to do is let's look at the numbers. What would a entry level automotive worker be making, fresh off the street, no experience? You decide you want to get into the trade. How much money can you actually make if you went to work for a shop right now? Understand that with minimal experience, you're going to be starting out as a shop helper, or cleaning, or whatever it is. Or you might be able to start out doing oil changes, stuff like that. And I think roughly, and again, this really is going to depend geographically on where you're located, but for the area that I live in, which is the Phoenix metropolitan area in Arizona, I would say you can probably anticipate making between probably $10 and $11 an hour fresh off the street, with minimal experience. And if you had gone to UTI and had graduated their automotive program, how much could you be making doing that? And I think the answer is probably in the vicinity of $13 to $14 an hour, maybe, if you find a good shop and you're actually talented. So the question is spending a year of your life and $30,000 to $40,000 worth an extra $2 to $3 an hour? And my answer to that question is no. I don't think that it is. I don't think UTI is a good use of your money. I think it sets you up for financial struggles for decades to come. It is hard enough as an automotive technician to get by when you have to buy thousands of dollars worth of tools and you're making barely above minimum wage and trying to gain experience. That's hard as it is. I mean, this is a hard field. This job is not for everyone. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've got the dream job for everyone and everyone should try to be me, and that's just not the case. I like my job. I really do. I love the company that I work for. I like working. I like helping people is the bottom line, really. And I like working with my hands and using my head. But it's not for everyone. The reality is that I'm, crawling around under dirty trucks for hours on end. I work out in a shop that does not have, climate control. There's no heater out there. We have swamp coolers for the summer, but it still gets hot in the shop, So if you don't want to work, in the elements and get dirty, and smash your knuckles. I've got an injury on a hand from earlier this week where a jack stand pinched my finger. If you're not willing to do that kind of stuff, then just stop now. There's no reason to waste anybody's time, especially not your own, trying to get into a career field that you're not going to enjoy. Now, that being said, you don't necessarily have to love your job. You gotta pay the bills, and I get that, I respect that, and I'm not, I wouldn't recommend this as being your first choice. If you need a job to be able to pay your bills, then I wouldn't say start with automotive or anything like that, because the amount of money that you have to continue to spend in keeping up on tooling so that you can be effective is tremendous. When I first started in this career, and I talked to technicians that have been doing it for 10, 20 years, and I say, how much money do you have in tools? And they go, oh, at least $50,000 or $60,000. And that was a staggering number for me. I didn't realize that you could spend that much in automotive tools, but it's true. The master level technicians, I have not yet met one technician that I would consider to be master level technician status that has less than $30,000 worth of tooling. So the reality is that tools cost money, and you are going to have to buy tools if you're going to be successful in this trade. Now, there's a whole debate about what tools are best to buy. We're going to cover that in another video. But for today's discussion, the bottom line is a year of school really going to make a difference? And when UTI promises $60,000 a year and a 40-hour work week, is that realistic? And the answer is absolutely not. Where I live, it is actually fairly uncommon to find a shop that is only open 5 days a week. Most of these shops are open 6 or 7 days a week, and almost all of them that are open weekends, you have to work the weekend. There's no everybody works 5 days in a row and you might work Monday through Friday while the other guy works Tuesday through Sunday. It's not like that. It's everybody works Saturday, you get Sunday off, and you might get Wednesday off as well. And that's not really a fantastic schedule, but the point is you're not working Monday through Friday 40 hours a week. So 40-hour work weeks at $60,000 a year straight out of school is absolutely no. That doesn't happen. That's not a real thing. There's just no way that that's going to happen. And to think that you can go to school and that going to UTI is going to give you some kind of an edge over the guy that went to community college. No. The only thing, again, this is my opinion. I don't own a shop, but I've been around shops and shop management for a while now, and it is my opinion the only thing that a graduation from UTI does for you is it gets you an interview. It doesn't get you a job, it gets you an interview, and only an interview. Really? Dude, use your freaking turn signal. Look, stop sign, complete stop, check to see if it's clear, and go. Don't get hit by the Freightliner. We're good. We're good. If you go to UTI at age 20, graduate at age 21, with $35,000 to $40,000 in student loan debt, and now you're able to make $25,000 a year, and you're able to work it up. Say you increase $5,000 annually in salary increase. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Good for you. How much could you have made if you started out with no experience and you went straight to work for a shop? What would be your pay increase over the first year? Could you increase your pay by $5,000 annually or more in your first year working at a shop? If you started out at $10 an hour sweeping floors, could you move up to oil changes and light maintenance work and move up to $13 an hour. Is that a realistic possibility? And I would say absolutely. So, based on my experience and the area of the industry that I work in, so automotive repair, and the geographic area that I work in, you would be better served to go to work for a shop and gain experience in a shop while at the same time either attending community college or taking online courses, or honestly, if you find a quality YouTuber that has real quality content that's accurate, you know, somebody like Humble Mechanic, Eric the Car Guy, you know, one of these guys that actually knows what they're doing, there's a tremendous amount of information that can be learned, you know, just watching YouTube. There's knowledge, there's theory that you can gain without paying for it, I guess is what I'm getting at. The comparison in today's video is UTI or go straight to work. And in the long run, I think you're going to be better served by going straight to work and not spending the money and the time to go to UTI. But the bottom line is going to UTI does not make you successful. Going to UTI gets you a piece of paper that gets you into an interview. And if you can't interview and you can't do the job, you're not going to make it. So my advice is go find a shop to go work for and start working. Get your foot in the door. Because the other thing is, if you've never worked in this trade and you decide that you want to get into automotive repair, what if you don't like it? What if you hate it? Wouldn't it be better to figure that out on the front end without a ton of tool debt or student debt or anything like that? Say you get into it and you go, you know what, this is just not for me. You know, that's okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But wouldn't it be better for you if you could just wash your hands of the whole thing, say, you know what, not for me, I'm going to go find something else to do for a living. And you're done. That's it. Walk away. If you've got, come on, really do learn how to drive. If you've got $40,000 in student loan debt and say another $10,000 in tool debt, a lot harder to walk away. You can end up getting, well, stuck in a career field that you hate. And I don't want that for anybody. And this is my opinion. So please let me know what you think in the comments below.
Get up in the morning before the break of light. I got a billion things to do, I gotta do it right. And then I gotta go to work, I'll be there every day. And on my way home, bro, I just can't be late. I got due dates, I was like a dude.